Hello guys, and welcome back again to my channel. So today we're gonna learn how to set up the Facebook pixels within your Facebook Events Manager, and then how to install these pixels on your website. I will also teach you how to set up the standard events like the purchases, the add to cart, the initial checkout, the view content, and the custom event. For example, someone visiting a specific page on your website and you want to take a specific action on that page. For example, filling out a form on that specific landing page. So I will show you the step by step and a very easy process that how you can install the Facebook pixels on your website, and then how to set up these events within your Facebook Events Manager. So at the end of this video, I will also share my tips and tricks on how to cure the iOS 14.5 changes and how to better structure your events manager in order to reduce the impact of the iOS 14.5 changes. So, according to Facebook, the Facebook Pixel is just an analytics tool that allows you to measure the effectiveness of your advertising. Facebook says using the Facebook pixels on your website, you can make sure that your ads are being shown to the right kind of people. You can also drive more sales on your online store, and you can also measure the effectiveness of your Facebook ads using the Facebook pixels. So this tutorial is gonna be a great fun. So let's get into my screen. But before this, if you're someone who is new to this channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified instantly for every new tutorial. So let's get into my screen. So guys, I'm here within my Facebook Ads Manager, and I will show you how you can find the Facebook Events Manager in a moment. But before this, let me show you two things before you set up the Facebook pixels within your Facebook Events Manager. And these are the two things. Number one, you should have a website, and in that case we will use a WordPress website. And if you learn the installation of the Facebook pixel on a WordPress website, then I believe you will be able to install the Facebook pixels on any website or CMS. Okay, and the second thing is that you should have an active ad account. Please bear in mind that a Facebook pixel is attached with an individual ad account. Okay, so these are the two things we will be using in this tutorial. So we will use the WordPress website, which is actually my agency website, which is clickdo.com. So let's go to the Facebook Ads Manager, and I will show you how you can find the Facebook Events Manager. Okay, so guys, on the left side you see three lines, and we're gonna click on this, and then you will see different tools within the Facebook Ads Manager, like the Events Manager, the Business Settings, the Ads Reporting, the Ad Account Setting, the Commerce Manager. And then if you scroll down, you'll see a lot more other tools. Okay, so one day we will explore all of them one by one, but today we're going to click on the Events Manager just to enter the Facebook pixels area. So this is our Facebook pixels interface, and a few days ago I just click on create a new Facebook pixels, and that's why it's showing like this one. But when you try, you will see a green button like this one within the center of the screen, and then you will need to create a pixel. Within one click you will need to create the pixels. So this is the pixel, but this pixel is not active for now because we have not yet installed these pixels on any of your website. So as you can see, we see there is nothing. So we see no events for now. As you can see under all activity, it says no activity was received in the selected time frame. And on the right side you can see the pixels and the number of the websites this pixel has been installed on, and the number of activities. As you can see, everything is 0. So first we're gonna copy this pixel ID. because we will use this to install these pixels on our website, which is a WordPress website basically. So now let's copy this code to the clipboard, and now let's go to the dashboard of the of our WordPress website. So then we're going to click on the plugins. So I'm going to show you a very powerful and effective plugin that I use for all of my clients websites, whether they are the in e-commerce stores or the service-based website. Okay, so on the top of the screen you can see a new button which says add a new plugin, and now we're going to click on this. And then if you scroll down in the search bar, you simply need to search Pixel Caffeine. This is the plugin that I definitely recommend you to install on the website. You can also use the Pixel your site, but when we talk about the e-commerce store, where we have standard events like purchases, initial checkout, add to carts, or the web content, then this plugin works really amazing. So let's install this. So our plugin has now been installed successfully, and that we need to activate this plugin. And now we're on the dashboard of this plugin, where we will input our pixel ID. There is a tutorial as well. You can watch this tutorial. So as you can see, this is a very effective plugin. So let's click on setup now button just to input our pixel ID, and then we will take a look at the events as well. So there are actually two things. The first thing is manual setup, where you will provide your pixel ID, okay, and the second thing is the Facebook Connect. Okay, so I definitely recommend you to use the Facebook Connect option. Okay, because it automatically updates everything, and once you set up this all of these settings, then you will not worry about other problems, issues, or debugging. Okay, so now let's connect the Facebook. So as you can see, my personal Facebook profile has now been connected with my WordPress website. And now, first of all, I will need to select my ad account. In this case, I will use this ad account. And then let's see if our pixels pop up. So this is the pixel that I am going to select. And now what I need to do is to simply apply the changes. So now it says my pixels and my Facebook ad account has now been connected with the WordPress website. Okay, so if we go to the website, and this is our agency website, and this is the Facebook pixel helper I have installed, and as you can see, it says there is no pixels found on the clickday.com. Now let's go to save the settings. So we're done now. Now let's simply refresh this page, and you will see the Facebook pixel helper will definitely detect the pixels. You see, the Facebook pixel is now on our WordPress website, and you can see these are the automatic events, the page view, the advanced events, etc. Okay, so now if we go back to the events manager, and it still says there is no activity. Actually, it takes a few minutes to populate the data. So but let's refresh the page. It still says no activity, but don't worry, let's test the events. I'm gonna copy the URL of my website, and I will put this into this field. You see, the Facebook test event tool is detecting all of the activities, okay, and it says processed. And if I go to other page, our founder page, keep an eye on this. The data changes instantly. So it means we have installed the Facebook pixels successfully. Okay, now what about the events? So I'm talking especially the purchase, the add to cart, and the initial checkouts. So on our website we don't have such kind of events, but we have the events like make a call, contact us, and we definitely want to trick the people who visit our blog and the services page and the about us page. So in that case, we will use the Facebook event setup tool, which is an amazing and effective tool. So let's explore that as well. Since we are in the events manager screen, and on the right side you can see a create green button. So if I click on this, you see there is no option to create an event, but under the all activity tab you see add events. So if we click on events, it says from the pixels from a new website. We want to add the events from the pixels because we have just installed the pixels on our website. Now it says add events using the event setup tool. This is an amazing and effective tool which will help you to set up all of the events like the purchases, the add to carts, the initial checkout, the web content. But for that I will show you an automatic option that you can use. But I'm talking if you have a website where you don't have these kind of special events like the purchase, but you have the events like the people who contact your website and the people who who fill out a form on a landing page. So let's open the event setup tool. Again, we need to provide the website URL where we have just installed these pixels. So let's open the website. In a moment you will see a pop-up where it will suggest you the events that you need to set up on this page. So it says no events found on this page. Now there are two options. You can trick a URL, you can trick a new button. Okay, so if you want to trick a URL, then you will need to provide the URL of that specific page, and then you will need to choose between the URL equals and the URL contains. Okay, so let's go back to the other option like the track new button. In that case, if you click on the track new button, you can see there are multiple buttons. Okay, actually there are not many buttons, but we have only one button like make a call. So when I click on this button, this one or this one, it will populate other setting as well. Now we have selected the button and we now need to select the event. For us this is definitely a lead. Okay, and if you have a value for that lead, then you can provide a value as well. But if you don't have a value, then you can actually don't include the value. Okay, you can actually set the currency for this leads value if you have a value for that lead. So the only thing we need to do now is to click on confirm. So our event has now been set up successfully. Okay, so if you want to set up other events as well, then you simply visit that page, and on that page this pop-up appear again and will show you all of the events on that page if you have any events on that page. If you don't want to set up any other events, then you simply need to finish setup and then finish. Now it's demanding about the review. I think I am comfortable and I just enjoy this tool. This is an amazing tool. So let's refresh the page and see if we uh, have got any events. So as you can see, this is the event that we have just set up. So the next time when you want to set up an event manually, then you simply click on add events, and then you click them from the pixel, and then you'll need to open the event setup tool. So now let's go back to the our WordPress website and talk about more the plugin. And I want to show you one very important thing. This is the plugin that we are using, which is Pixel Caffeine. Okay, and our Facebook profile has now been connected with this plugin. So if you scroll down, you see the conversion. Okay, and for now it's off. I mean, it's disabled. We have to enable if you run an online store on a WordPress website, because when you enable this option, then this plugin will automatically create all of the events like the purchases, the initial checkouts, the add to cart, and the view content within your Facebook Events Manager. So for now it says e-commerce plugin not detected, because my website is of course a service based website, and I'm not selling products like people sell on WooCommerce. Okay, so but if you use a WooCommerce and you have an online store, then you must enable this option. This way you will be able to track all of the conversion, like the purchases, the add to carts, the initial checkouts. This is one thing. The another thing is that you will need to set up the product catalog if you want to sell, or to set up the shop on Instagram and Facebook business page. So simply you need to click on product catalog. uh, Before this, let me just save this. So then let's go to product catalog, and you see it says please add a business manager account, which I will show you in our next tutorial, where we will be setting the Facebook dynamic product catalog. But if you want to do it yourself, then you first will need to connect a Facebook business manager, and then you will be able to generate the feed URL, and then you simply need to put that URL in your product catalog within the Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. So now let's talk about the iOS 14.5 changes to better structure our Events Manager tool. I will show you how you can prepare yourself for the iOS 14.5 changes and to reduce the impact of the iOS 14.5 changes. For that we need three things. The first thing is of course a Facebook Business Manager, and then we will need to verify a domain. For example, in this case we have this domain. This is our clickdeed.com domain that we need to verify within the Facebook Business Manager. And the third thing is the web events under the aggregated events measurement tool. Now let me show you the third option within the Facebook Ads Manager. As you can see, this is a new tool, and as you can see the new option as well. This was actually introduced by Facebook after the iOS 14.5 changes, just to cure the iOS 14.5 changes and reduce the impact on the ads. So once you have verified your domain within the Facebook Business Manager, and after 24 hours, then you will need to come to this aggregated event measurement tool, and then you will need to click on confirm web events. So if I go to this event confirm web events, you will see it says upgrade to the business account, as this is not a business account for now, but when you have a business manager, then it will not ask you to upgrade to a Facebook Business Manager. So if I switch to another ad account just to show you how it looks like and how it works, let's go to this ad account. So this is the same tool, the aggregated event measurement tool, and if I click on this tool, you can see there are different events, and if I click on manage events, then you will see the verified domain within the Facebook Business Manager. This is the domain that we have verified in our Facebook Business Manager, and then we were able to set up the events like the purchases, the add to carts, the initial checkout, the view content. Okay, so I will have a separate tutorial based on all of these settings very soon, so stay tuned, and I will have a great tutorial on these things. But if you want to do all of these things yourself, then I have just given you an overview, and please follow all of these steps, and then you will be able to first verify your domain within your Facebook Business Manager, and then come to the aggregated event measurement tool after 24 hours, and then you will be able to add new events. So what you will need to do is to click on manage events, and then you will need to click on verify domain, and then again you will need to click on manage events. On the right side you can see a green button which says add an event, and if I click on this button, it will add an event to the bottom of this list. So first you will need to select the custom or standard event under this drop down menu, the pixels and the custom conversion. And so if I select the Calici pixels, then I will need to choose the event. So once I have added the event, then I will need to add to save. But I don't want to use this event for now, and I will go back to the events manager. So this is how you can actually prepare your ad account for the iOS 14.5 changes, like the Facebook Business Manager, the verified domain, the web events under the aggregated event measurement tool, and that's it. Okay. So that's how simply you can set up the Facebook pixels within your Facebook Events Manager and then install the Facebook pixels on your website. So we have set up the Facebook pixels within our Events Manager. In our next tutorial, we will learn how to set up a Facebook conversion ad campaign, because it's necessary for a Facebook conversion ad campaign to have the Facebook pixels enabled within your Facebook Events Manager if you want to track the conversion you're optimizing your ad campaign for. So I hope this has been a super helpful tutorial for you. And if you have got any question, please do add your comment in the comment section and let me know how did you set up your Facebook pixels today. And if you are new to this channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified instantly for every new tutorial if you want to be a superstar social media marketer. Thank you.